last couple months, and you look back to August and even to the spring before when we started putting our team together, and we look at the preparation that we had, but we looked at kind of the way we met in this room. We were all really excited about the season, and you can kind of feel like a little special kind of buzz in the air about what we're going to accomplish, and talking about, you know what, conference isn't good enough. We're going to nationals, and nationals isn't good enough. We're going to make it to Friday, you know, and this isn't good enough. We're going to continue to push and continue to excel in what we want to do. And it was just, I think that special feeling never faltered all season long, and especially with the coaching staff. It was such, and I hate to say it, kind of knock on wood, but it was such an easy group to deal with in the sense of like, you guys were very, very drama free. There's little things here and there that we had to kind of continue to motivate and continue to kind of get you guys back on track. But a lot of credit goes to you guys in doing what we had to do in order to accomplish those goals. A lot of it was self-motivation from you guys. A lot of it was just determination on your guys' part. So I just want to start with a giant thank you, because from even in the summer, you know, even with Will's lifting plan, you know, before we got through to the summer, everything was just kind of set up in place, and it was just my job not to screw it up along the way. And I just felt like it was just such a fun year to kind of just meet with this group on a daily basis, do our check-ins, get through practice, you know, push you guys. There wasn't a lot of times where we had to kind of refocus and reset you guys in practice, and it was just, I mean, every time we stepped on the court, we knew that it was going to be a fun, special match. And you know, we had a few hiccups here at home in conference, and I'll never understand why. So you guys probably still have no idea why. It was kind of one of those things where, it was just kind of weird for our group especially. And then when you look towards the end of the season, you're like, wow, that's weird that ever happened, because we were so far advanced from that happening that it's weird to look back and see that was an issue, because towards the end of the year, look what we did at home. I mean, 9 straight sets in the Frontier Conference tournament to bring home a championship. That was kind of unprecedented and just unbelievable. You know, I think we're kind of worried about home court advantage going into the tournament, and after the tournament, I'm like, I can't wait when we host it again, because that was a whole lot of fun. So, but just again, a thank you to you guys, because it was a special group this year, a lot of fun to work with from top to bottom. Everybody contributed. Everybody stepped in at times. I mean, there was times in our season where players went down and somebody else filled in, or somebody wasn't performing at a high level and we had to sub you out, and we started a different lineup, and it really gave us a spark, and practice the next Monday was even better. And just all around, it was just kind of a dream season for coaches. A lot of these were voted on, except for the Coaches Award. We voted on that one. But a lot of these were voted, or the rest of these were voted on by you guys. And so it's very clear why we voted for this player. Most improved player. There was a time where Kelsey went out with injury and couldn't play against Carroll, and then against, what was the next match? Western. And you can kind of tell it was kind of a make or break time in our season. And Ada, you came in as a freshman and jumped into the starting outside hitter position for us. Came in and did an awesome job. I think you had 12 kills that night against Carroll, something that they were not expecting at all. You can kind of see them grinning when Kelsey was out. They had no idea what they were in store for. And the really cool part is there was so much focus on Carroll's freshman recruiting class and the freshmen that they brought in, and all these freshmen are going to be so great. And there's some very good players, but that night you sold the show. So for that, you were voted most improved. It's kind of funny, we had about 7 names written on the board, and that's a pretty cool thing when you have to, you know, you're giving out a coach's award, because, you know, usually it's like this one or this one, and, going maybe one person and then this person deserves it. So for us to have 7 names to debate and talk about, and then I was like, no, Drew, sleep on it, let's come back tomorrow. And I think we did this for like 3 straight days. And so that's a pretty special thing when we have so many people that are deserving, so many people that could earn it. And so we ended up deciding on this person. And I just think from the first day in the gym, the voice and the contribution onto the court, and the attitude and personality off the court, just brightens everyone's day every single day. And I think that this person honestly just brings so much energy and so much positive attitude. I've never heard something negative come out of her mouth, probably because it was in French and I didn't understand it. But I've never really understood or seen anything come out in a negative way. And so, Sasha, congratulations. Okay, so I've got 2 of these. Okay, kind of a unique situation where this year, and this probably won't be a surprise to anyone, but we had 2 players that could be our starting liberos, and 2 players that could be our starting outside hitters. And so kind of going back and forth between these 2 players, like a coach's dream to work with, in the sense of like you have players that you have too many players for one position, and you're trying hard to work them in and see how they fit. And so just being able to interchange those pieces gave us a lot of diversity in what we're doing. Gave us a lot of opportunities to, to kind of change as the season progressed. I know, Sasha, we started off with you as an outside. Avery, we ended up with you as an outside. Part of that was due to circumstance and injuries, but it really gave us the spark I think we needed towards the end of the year from both perspectives, your offensive perspective, and then having you on the court for 6 rotations, and you from a defensive perspective, switching and then stepping into that libero position and performing at such a high level. So both of you guys definitely deserved it. There's no way we couldn't do it. So defense, the best defensive player. Completely agree with this award, just because definitely a player that inspired the coaching staff as well. A player that came in, early on in the season, whenever you transfer into a program, learning the kind of the system, learning, the speed of what we run and how we run things, and just kind of learning the dynamic of our group. There's a lot to catch up on right away. And this person stepped on the court for us, played well, but I think she knew that she had more to offer. And so just kind of came in for extra reps all the time, came in for extra work, kind of had no quit attitude, and just constantly was working hard to get better every day. And that's really inspiring. I think that kind of caught fire with the rest of our team, and kind of set a precedent for what we need. If we're not performing, this is what we need to do. If we're not on the court, we're not doing our best, this is what we should be doing. And so kind of an inspiring and motivating by her performance, by her attitude, and by her work ethic. So Jensen. Send this out, everyone's like, what's the Argo Award, right? Everyone kind of responded to that. So the Argo Award is an award that we have that's somebody that best exemplifies our program. So they stand for all the pillars that we want an Argo player to stand for. They're a great representative of our program. They're somebody that we don't have to constantly remind, hey, this is what we want, this is what we want. They're somebody that just lives and breathes and doing all the right things all the time, and kind of goes the extra mile. And so really happy to extend this award. Somebody that definitely earned it this year, and kind of earned a lot of respect through our team, and through her performance, through her work ethic, and through her attitude. So Finn, congrats. Best offensive player. Okay, so I'm going to run through some numbers real quick, and just want you guys to kind of listen. And for some of our younger players too, like these are some impressive numbers. 4.5 kills per set, hitting almost 250 in our conference. Almost 5 digs per set as well. I think 13th in the NAI in kills per set. Number 1 in the conference in kills per set. And I think, in big matches, came up in big moments all the time. And so I just felt like, Kelsey, having you here for this, these last 2 years, definitely like a program-changing experience for us, and really kind of helped elevate us to the next level. And you did some really nice things for us. So, best offensive player.
And I'm a very competitive person, so it's kind of tough for me to settle with being co-champions, but it just kind of pushes me to want to be the best in the conference and really find out who number 1 is, and I think that's us, so that's exciting.
Oh, it means everything, to battle through adversity, the whole conference.
I mean, it's great just to come and being conference champs. I didn't really know where I was coming into, and obviously I knew we were in the program was on a uphill, and it was so great to just be able to contribute to it. But yeah, just just the team is just so fun to be part of that we don't really just, I don't know, it's just great.
It just feels so incredible because I know how hard everyone has worked this entire season, and not just the players. I mean, the coaches, they've been with us through this entire journey, and it just feels really good to finally have all of that just culminate in this past weekend's match and be able to say that we're co-conference champions.
Yeah, no, seriously. I mean, it wouldn't be possible without my hitters. They're amazing. For them to take that many swings in a game is just ridiculous, and I'm so thankful to have them. Yeah, we really pushed it, not only for 5 sets, but for every set, you know, going like 30, 28, 28, 26. Like, we really stretched that game out, so it was emotional, it was tiring, but I'm just so proud of us to like push through and get the victory.
I mean, we struggled a bit somewhere throughout the middle of the match, but we all just really wanted it, and we knew that it was just going to be a fight the entire time, and everyone was ready and we were willing to do what it takes. And I think everyone just showed up on that weekend, and we ended up with the win.
It feels really good because we weren't sure how we were going to end up at the end of the season, just considering that everyone was beating each other at the end in our conference. We've all been kind of playing at the same level, so it feels really good to come out on top, especially stretching it out with a 5-set win. I mean, any 5-set win feels good, but we knew what was at the end of it, so it definitely feels awesome accomplishing it.
Oh, it was absolutely a great match. That was one of the best I've ever been a part of. Every set seemed like it went extra points, and just back and forth the entire time, and just so much on the line. You know, it could have been first place in conference or 4th place, and so just knowing, you know, just coming out on top and knowing how hard the girls worked for that, it was just so satisfying. So no, I'm still smiling. I'm still excited.